But like, we gonna get into the real when y'all come up over here, man. So put your big boy pants on when you come over here, folks. For real. Put your big boy pants on and we gonna get it to it straight like that, folks. But definitely hit that like button for the boy if you here for a good time, not a long time. You ain't here to stay. Hit that like button, man.
Value Christ over your life, my people, man. Look, I don't want to make this video too long. It's already on my spirit that, many of us can't take sound doctrine. We can't take sound teaching, and that's just presenting a word with the word, not with all the visuals, not with all the different antiques that people are looking for. I don't come with those antiques. I come with truth, and because that's what I love. I don't need all I don't need all that. I need truth. Truth is what's going to set me free. Love is what's going to set us free. Being diligent and keeping the commandments is what's going to grant you more grace, grant you more blessings. So, I'm going to read something, and it's going to correlate with the Boss Top. All of this stuff correlates. Anything that I do, it correlates to the physical, to what I'm saying in my title. We might not understand it because you're listening and you wanted me to specifically just go off on the top, talk about the top. But when I'm speaking and when I'm doing what I'm doing, it's a different way. And it's not just to talk about the idols, because most of these dudes are just, if you be truthful with yourself, you might not know that these dudes are idols, but they're an idol to you. You look up to them. You might seek to live the way they live, or you think that they cool. If you think that niggas are cool, that do what they do, that is an idol. One, how can we think that people are cool when they literally help create an atmosphere for you being Judah? You're not black, but being Judah, they create an atmosphere for you so you won't be able to learn who you truly are. You'll be able to, they create an atmosphere for you so you would die quicker than you can learn who you are before death. Because every man dies, but not every man learns who they are in Christ before death. Because in Christ, you are saved before death. And without him in death, you die in vain. So let me read this real quick, man. Real quick, because this is what's happening. Many of us don't understand that there are things that we need to be rid of. What is that? Let me just show y'all through the book. Matthew 28, and this is a powerful story. And when he was come to the other side into the country of Gargagashem, there met him two possessed with devils. The he they talking about is Christ. He was going over, he was traveling, he was trying to get somewhere. He was preaching a word, he was trying to get somewhere. And then, but he said, out of the other country, and then there met him two possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cried out. So it's two people possessed with devils, but these demons, watch this, look what the demons do. It said, and behold, they cried out, saying, what have we to do with you, Yahusha, son of Elohim? Yahusha is, that's Christ. That's God. I mean, but he is God, but Yahusha is Jesus. When they say son of Elohim, Elohim is another word for God in the Hebrew. Video cut off, but in Hebrew words, that is his name, Yahusha. That'll be Jesus, son of Elohim. Elohim would be God. But he said, are you come hither to torment us before the time? Are you come hither? This should be significant, y'all, because everybody talking about Christ coming back, and there's a lot of people who think that he's not coming back. But he said in his word that those who don't believe in me, they are not covered with my protection. So if you feel in your heart that Christ ain't coming back, you might got something hard in your heart, and that's dangerous. There is no religion in Christ. There is salvation. Salvation is freedom. Salvation is the liberty that we are searching for in this world, but will never find, because there are laws, spiritual laws that are enacting, that are currently, being played out. Nothing can happen without God's say. And anyways, I said that whole story because unclean demons, they spoke up. They know who Christ is. We don't. The other one than that, if Christ come to torment them, obviously they said before the time. So if there's an appointed time and that they know of, and so they know there's an appointed time. Have you ever heard about the Bible phrase where it said that Satan was cast down to earth And it said, woe to the inhabitants of earth, because he came down with fierce wrath, because he knew his time was short. So they are tormenting us, you know, to make sure that we miss out on the heavenly things, because they won't be able to ever be welcomed back into the flock of God. Their whole duty is to go and inhabit those who are willing to be tricked, those who are lovers of hypocrisy, not true lovers of the word. They are going, these spirits. You need, this story is because many of these rappers, all of these, they embody these spirits. That's why they like to, many of these spirits attaches themselves to us unknowingly because there's actual rights that they get to us when we engage into laws that we don't even know about. We need to be seeking who Christ is, and then building our foundation on that and letting his spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, teach you the spiritual laws that are set in place. That it says that when you do this physically, spiritually, it has another manifestation that you are going to feel or be in the physical form. But we are engaging into spiritual warfare physically, and we don't know it. The spiritual backlash from the physical doing. I hope y'all are understanding. With the speaking curses to ourselves, like pretty much what Top and them do, this is why he ended up in the position that he is in. Hope most times we end up at these low points so that we can pretty much reflect on what we are doing, the life that we live. But many people, because they ain't thinking solely about Christ first, that time that they are in there and God is coming knocking, they might not hear him. He's coming and he's saying change the life. You know, many of us know. Many of us truthfully, because he, especially being in the line of Judah, he gonna come knocking on your door double the time that he does a Gentile. But this story was just to show y'all that these demons, they torment us. They take out their desires and their lusts, and they fulfill everything of disgust through us. They don't have a physical body. They need you to carry out all these things. Like these rappers, they are using them to put spells upon us so that they can inhabit us. So that now that they can become, this spiritual war is so potent, and it's so key to what's going on, but we don't even understand the spiritual things. Is because we don't even seek out the one true spirit who can give you understanding. Y'all feel me? But yeah, man, value Christ over your life. The time is near. Those demons, that happened a long time ago. That happened a long. They know that the time is near. The time is for Judah to wake up right now and understand and take your role in who God blessed you to be, and not who the world is trying to show you that this is a blessing if you gain the world and lose your soul. All these rich people, they gaining the world, but they losing their soul. They're losing out on blessings that God can give them that will have them having to basically whatever they are losing their soul for the world. God can give you things in the world, and then things in a greater world that is to come. But because we don't love love the word of the truth, many of us are believing in this delusion. Many of us are focused solely on trying to be a rapper. We focus solely on trying to become somebody that get the appraisals and the claps of man. It could be sports. I did it. I went through. But the life that we are in now is shifting. There's about to become a major shift, and you need to be prepared for it. Listening to Top and talking about all these and all that stuff about, well, it's not preparing you for anything. It's just keeping you stuck in a rabbit hole with no wisdom, with no understanding of the things that's going on. That's why I'm not going to talk about them the way y'all want me to. I'm going to talk about them the way I need to, because it's the way you need me to. Y'all need this. You might not want it, but you need it. What's in that book, you might not want it, but you need it. Your flesh desires something that it feels like it needs, and it feels like it wants, but this flesh is separate from your spirit. And we need to know that. We need to know that we are at war with ourselves, because the battle starts within you first, man. But value Christ over your life. It's only when we start to love on him that these things can be understood in a way that, it's a testimony, man. And your testimony is going to be why you go hard for God. why people can say what they say and they can talk crazy how they talk crazy, but you won't waver because you know within that testimony that God allowed for you to experience and have as your testimony, nothing, no one can say can put a damper on that. No one, nothing that they can say can crumble your rock that is a foundation in Yahushua HaMashiach, which is Jesus the Christ. But we gotta value our lives in Him. Value Him over our lives. Then we can truly value our lives. But man, yeah, man. Stay prayed up, stay blessed up. Hopefully y'all got the analogy. These demons is the reason why we are. Not just them, because we're willing. We're willing to we're willing for the music. We're willing to let all these things in. And so it's a contract. But then when we go engage with Satan's little things and we don't know that it's of him, it gives them rights to inhabit us. For how long, we don't know, but we need to be praying. We need to be fasting, and we need to be seeking God and seeking first His kingdom, because that's our blessing.